Donald J. Trump is president-elect of the United States, like it or not. And since the votes came in, protests have been going on across North America, and Vancouver's no exception. I'm about to talk to Carling Jackson. She's an artist and activist here in Vancouver who organized a peaceful protest at the Vancouver Art Gallery. So, Carling, why did you decide to organize this peaceful protest rally?
Well, it was a response to kind of the negativity that we were seeing in the States, the kind of uplifted discrimination, the racism, the hatred that was kind of pouring through throughout the United States in a more peaceful manner to kind of combat that kind of emotional kind of hatred and anger.
So you grew up in Vancouver, but you have a unique story because you went to school in the States at an historically black university. And tell me a bit about that.
So I got to Louisiana in 2005. I first attended the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, and then I transferred to Southern University A&M in Baton Rouge, where Alton Sterling was shot in the same city. And yeah, I ended up getting a degree in history, specializing in black history, because I really wanted to understand the environment and the history and the circumstance that I'd found myself in. It's a different kind of oppression and racism and segregation I'd never been privy to.
So you're a lover of history. What place do you think Donald Trump is going to take in history?
I think he might take the place of one of the worst, most hateful, racist, discriminatory presidents in history. What scares me most is he's incited hate and discrimination against visible minorities. He said through his action and through his words. So he's done it himself, sexual assaults, rhetoric about keeping up minorities and immigrants. And he's basically said it's okay. He's given the okay to people to that hate that was already kind of under the surface. He said he's kind of brought it forth. One friend of mine was walking to the bus stop in Louisiana, and she saw 4 elderly African-American gentlemen with like canes just walking along, and 2 white guys yelled at them, "You'll be the first on the cotton plantations." And just stuff like that. And you're hearing like the use of the N-word a lot directed towards young people. And friends of mine are teachers down there, and they said they had little ones, like little kids coming to school, little Latina kids, little African-American kids who are afraid to just be them at school, afraid to come to school because someone's going to hurt them, bully them. And it's been happening. Kids have been bullying kids because their president said so, and their parents kind of are in alignment with Trump. So that's been happening, and that's horrible. So there was 220 people signed the canvas, but there's an estimated about 350 people at the rally. And I think we lose sight due to our kind of commercialized, kind of rapid-moving culture right now. We lose sight of our compassion. We lose sight that there are people suffering, billions of people suffering around the world, and we lose sight of our own humanity. And we have to understand that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, and we have to stand united. Like, it doesn't matter if people are suffering here or in the United States. Like, we have to be empathetic, we have to stand with them, and we have to show solidarity, because there are also Americans here too. There are people suffering here too, and when you combat that kind of hate and hatred and negativity with peace and altruism and compassion, that's the only way to defeat it. You can't fight hate with hate.
So Hillary Clinton, in her concession speech, essentially said, let's give Donald Trump a chance. Do you feel that there is anything positive that Donald Trump can or will do as president of the United States?
I think the fact that he's really looking towards Obama for more, as they said, as they defined as tutoring and assistance in how to do this, I think that's a good first start. I know he's kind of claimed he's not going to repeal Obamacare, so there might be some hope in terms of him not carrying out kind of the negative promises that he's made. Like, all you can do is really hope for the best because of the thousands of people, millions of people in the States, but yeah, we'll see.
And in the second debate, Hillary-Trump debate, the moderator asked, is there anything good you can say about one another, essentially? Is there anything good that you could say right now about President-elect Donald Trump?
The fact that he's looking to Obama for help. That's about it. That's all I got. I can't really think of... Yeah, the freaking racism he incites is too great for me to ever say anything really good about him unless he, fixes his character up and shows us through his action that he can be and he deserves to be on any sort of political front.
Donald Trump's inauguration takes place on January 20th, and what he ultimately means for Canada remains to be seen. For City Lights on Novus, I'm Susie Hill.